What is going on, guys? Crush Mini Egg 121 here again, and as it's Friday, I've got the next Battlefield 3 custom class video view today. So today is all about the PKP, and it feels so long since I've done the last one. I don't know if that's just me or if I have missed a week or so, but I'm gonna get it back on track starting this week, and it's the PKP. So the I'll tell you a bit about the weapon in a second. The attachments I've got on this, I believe, are a 7x scope. It's the closest I could find, as it didn't have a 8x scope as requested. It does have the bipod naturally, very useful, very useful. And I've got extended mags on. So I believe they were the attachments requested. I hope I didn't get anything wrong, but I do apologise if the gameplay is a bit boring, as it is fairly difficult to use this with the attachment selected to get a high amount of kills, but I did do my best, and I hope you find it enjoyable. So moving on to the weapon swiftly. So the weapon is incredible. I don't know if we passed it already, but if you see at the beginning of the video, I think it's there. I take down like a sniper off the top of the Operation Firestorm sniper tower, as I like to call it, because like hundreds of snipers usually go up there and just try and pick off people coming from the US side base, and I think I get one straight off there with only a couple of shots, not really that much drop on it. So it's an incredible weapon at range. It has obviously an incredible range. It has an incredible killing power. The accuracy is phenomenal for a LMG, especially if you like burst fire or just tap the trigger, because it has quite a slow rate of fire anyway. So saying that, having it slow rate of fire, I do have the stats here on my screen. So it does have a rate of fire of 600 rounds per minute, I believe, or I don't quite know how they calculate it. I believe it's rounds per minute. That's the standard one. It's not actually the slowest, as you may think. That's quite a low number for guns in Battlefield 3. Saying that, let's compare it to the M249 sword, the M240B, and the M60. So the M249 has a rate of fire of 800 rounds per minute, and that's quite high. If you've ever used it, then you know exactly how high the rate of fire is. The M240B has a rate of fire of 750, so not quite as high as the M249, but that is still a respectable rate of fire. And the last one is the M60. This has a rate of fire of only 580, but I do believe the M60 is a heckload more inaccurate, as I'm just looking at my stats here, and it says kills, I've got 228 to shots fired is 10,950. So that might just be because I've got a poor aim, or because most of the bullets you either hold down the trigger or you like single fire it, because that's kind of its burst fire. You can kind of burst fire it, but it doesn't really have that much effectiveness. But you just hold down the trigger and maybe one or two shots might hit. It depends where you are. I was using this on No Shot Canals, and literally maybe 20 feet away it just couldn't hit. I mean, oh dear, probably couldn't hit a watermelon from 5 feet away, so I don't quite know, but that's that one, so you can kind of understand that. But the PKP is very accurate, I find anyway. It was reasonably accurate. Hip fire is pretty poor, but you do kind of get that from most LMGs. They are pretty sprayable with hip fire, so it's not great. It's what else was I going to say? Especially with 200 rounds as well, with extended mags, you can always afford to miss those couple of shots, or thousands of shots, as it might be. But I did really enjoy using this gun, and I might continue using it. I do like to use a variety of LMGs every now and then. I like to switch it up, change to one another, find the one that works best with the map really. but I am enjoying the M60, even though it has so many flaws. It's so funny. It's such a fun gun to use because it's just so hilariously inaccurate. That's what I love about it. But it does have an incredible killing power, just like the PKP, as it fires rounds of 7.62 times 54mm rounds, and that might mean nothing to anybody, those kind of measurements, but they are similar to, say, AK rounds you might find in AK-47. I believe they are used in the AK-74M. I think those rounds are 7.62 times 51mm, so they're only slightly bigger in the PKP, but they feel so powerful. The gun feels so powerful itself. Just with the recoil, it does have a very high recoil, so you gotta be wary of this. And a lot of people might be thinking in team deathmatch as well. I don't know if there is team deathmatch in this, but nevertheless, I'll talk about this. I don't really like to use foregrips on LMGs in team deathmatch. I like to use bipods or just the standard underslung rail. Not underslung, because that's the assault rifle one, just nothing. In other words, then just leave it blank. Mainly because when you're firing, the recoil will take the gun up and maybe slightly to left or right, but with most guns it goes up quite a lot. With the foregrip at close range, it kind of stops that, keeps it level, keeps it straight, but once you let go of the trigger, the gun will drop downwards, I find anyway, and I just find that a bit of an annoyance. I don't know if that's just me, or if anybody else has noticed that. Probably is just me. I'm just in the boat here by myself with that singular problem. But I do find that, so I do find the nothing barrel, that's what we're going to call it, nothing. I find that, or the bipod, just much more easy to control. As well, you can get much better range out of your weapon if you don't use the foregrip. So I would definitely say go for the bipod or the nothing, whatever that's called. So, and the extended mags is always very useful. So overall, this is an incredible gun to use. It's good with the silencer as well. For say team deathmatch, put a silencer, bipod, and say red dot sight. It's incredible because you do swap out the extended mags for a silencer, but it is very, very powerful still. It's incredible. It does take some of the damage down, but it's still a killing machine, a complete death machine. So definitely try it out if you haven't already. If you're not a fan of it, do try and work with it as it's worth it, really. And that's pretty much all I can say. So if you do have a gun in Battlefield 3 that you particularly like, and or attachments, they're always optional. Don't always have to post the attachments, but if you want to, do post the gun and the attachments down in the comments below. If you have any questions, do post them as well down below. That's always the best place to put them. And if you could like the video if you enjoyed it, that'd be amazing. Again, post any comments, questions down below. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe to my channel for more of the great content coming very, very soon. As we know, Crisis 3 is only around the corner with the beta, and the full game is getting closer, especially with endgame and all that good stuff. I can't wait for it all, so I hope you're excited for it, and so until next time,